Are we live? Okay. Hi, everybody. Susan Piver here with Lodro Rinzler. We are very glad that you chose to join us for this loving kindness meditation. I know I'm looking off to the side, but because of the configuration of my screen, it just is that way. This is a potent day. It is a powerful day. It is a fascinating day. Depending on your point of view, it is a tragic day or an exciting day. Regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, this is a day when all bets are off. Everything that we knew is not the same. And that can feel quite disconcerting, of course, and it is. But as Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, the Tibetan Buddhist meditation master who brought the Shambhala teachings to the West, said, chaos is good news. So that's something to contemplate. Good news doesn't mean it feels good. It means somehow when everything is shaken up, there's a tremendous amount of possibility. And when that possibility is rooted in the intention to be loving, to offer loving kindness, to work with the sorrows and pains of your own heart, then chaos could be particularly good news. Lodro and I had the idea to do this together. Both of us are very interested in just love in general and matters of the heart. This practice, we've both written about heartbreak. I wrote a book called The Wisdom of a Broken Heart some years ago, and Lodro has a new book coming out called Love Hurts. So we're particularly attuned also to this quality of heartbreak. And I honor you and appreciate you for being willing to practice with that. We're going to do loving kindness meditation, as you know. I'll turn it over to Lodro in a minute to say a few words and also to guide us into the practice through a few minutes or a little more maybe of shamatha meditation or breath awareness practice, because it's especially important as we work with the fire of our own heart to enter from a sense of spaciousness rather than desperation or aggression or the wish to just become numb, all of which are quite natural and understandable. Then we'll go into loving kindness practice itself. And if you've never done it, I'll just say a few words about it, but it will make more sense when we actually do it. It's called metta in Pali or Maitri in Sanskrit. It is an ancient practice that is said to have been given by the Buddha, so more than 2,500 years old. And this is the practice, it's not called the practice of liking kindness, it's called the practice of loving kindness. So you don't have to like everyone or even anyone to offer loving kindness. So the practice works traditionally, and that is the way we're going to do it, by beginning with yourself. And you connect with your own sorrows, your anger, your heartache, what you are working with today in light of politics or the presidential election of the United States or whatever issue you're concerned with about this particular day. And you wish yourself well. And I'll explain that when we do the practice. And then you think of someone you love and you think of what they might be struggling with regarding this particular day, and you offer them loving kindness. And again, I'll guide us through that. Then you think of a stranger, meaning someone who you don't have any feelings about, positive or negative. You can picture them maybe, but you don't really have any positive feelings about them. But just like you and your loved one, they are also struggling with this day in their own way. So we can wish happiness and loving kindness for them. Finally, or not finally, penultimately, we think of what is called an enemy. Someone who has harmed you, hurt you, made you angry. It does not have to be the worst person you can think of, although it can be. But we recognize in this practice that just like you and the loved one and the stranger, this person too, even though it may seem completely crazy the way they go about it, underneath it is the same exact impulse as you and me, some sort of wish to be happy, that in some cases is expressed, as my mother would say, in a fakakta way. And then finally, we offer loving kindness for all beings. We're going to start with all beings in the United States, regardless of their political affiliation. Or maybe we'll do all beings who are of our political affiliation, all beings of the other political affiliation, all beings in general who may struggle with finding a way to make enlightened society work. So now I'll turn it over to Lodro, and it will all make sense if anything doesn't make sense when we actually do the practice.
Thank you, Susan. You know, I knew in advance of today that a significant percentage of Americans would feel distraught right around now. No matter who won, we have people who really admire one political candidate and really abhor another, and that just meant that there's going to be so many strong emotions. 4 years ago, I was on the campaign trail for Barack Obama, and I noticed something would happen when he would give a speech. And you might have even noticed it in this cycle when he would stump for Hillary Clinton, where he'd bring up the opposing candidate, and someone in the audience would boo them, would boo that candidate. And he would stop his speech and he would say, "Don't boo, vote." I always thought that was so interesting, because it's this idea of, no, don't place blame, don't complain in this moment. See if there's something meaningful we can do. I mean, at this point, we've voted. These votes are still being counted, but there's a relatively clear direction of what's happened here. But instead of us complaining and wallowing and placing blame on others, are we able to sort of tune in to how we're feeling right now and see if there is meaningful action that we can take? And, you know, this is not a political broadcast, but, you know, yesterday I personally expressed my voice in a way that said, I'm with her. And today I want to express my voice in a way that says that I'm with you. And in particular, the yous that feel distraught, disheartened, that worry of bigotry, racism, sexism that may be on display in certain parts of our country. And so Susan and I are here with you. And in some sense, we'll practice together, but I just wanted to name that we have your backs. We are equally tender and equally here. So thank you for practicing with us. How do we heal at a moment like this? Sakyong Mipham Rinpoche has said that the first step in us learning how to heal is actually seeing how we are feeling. Just learning to be with how we feel. Allowing ourselves to feel what we feel and become familiar with whatever strong emotions or discomfort might be there. So we actually need to get to know ourselves better. In a moment like this, we might want to tamp down our emotions or run away from them or act out in ways that may not necessarily be helpful. Can we at least just start by feeling how we feel? And maybe discovering that underneath the strong afflictive emotions, that we might actually encounter tenderness or peace and come from that perspective instead. We need to know that innately we are love. And through a practice like the one that we'll be doing today, we're offering ourselves love and then having a deeper well to pull from in terms of offering it to absolutely everyone we encounter. So I'm honored to be here with you. Let's please do some practice together. And I'll start us with shamatha, calm abiding or peaceful abiding meditation. And we'll move into the loving kindness practice with Susan. So just taking a firm seat. And on a day like today, it's important that we just feel that we can be embodied. This isn't about holding your body in a perfect way. This is about feeling our body as it is. So feeling the weight of our body on the earth, our sits bones on our chair or on our cushion. Strong connection to the earth beneath us. And lifting up through the spine itself, balancing the sense of relaxation and upliftedness, even in the posture, by elongating the spine, allowing for its natural curvature. We can just place our palms down on the thighs, even keeping them an inch or so away from the kneecaps allows a little bit of extra support for the back. Tucking in the chin ever so slightly and relaxing the muscles in the face, just letting the jaw hang open. That simple act relieves so much of the tension we carry in our face. For practice like this, sometimes people like to close their eyes. I actually recommend that you keep your eyes open. We're really waking up to what we're feeling right now, to what's going on in the present moment. So it seems counterthetical to block anything out. We can just rest our gaze about 3-4 feet ahead of us on the ground in a loose and unfocused manner. And when you're ready, bring your full attention to just feeling the natural cycle of the breath. The in-breath and the out-breath as it moves through your body. In a time where we might feel very riled up, this is wonderful that we don't have to do anything. We don't have to fix anything. We're just learning to rest with however we're feeling right now, placing our attention gently on both the in-breath and the out-breath. Noticing when our mind starts generating a lot of storylines. We might feel anxiety and then we want to say, oh, here's what I should do about it. When that happens, we just acknowledge that we've drifted off and very gently bring ourselves back to the breath. settle the mind even just a little bit, we can move into the loving kindness practice. I'm handing it over to you, Susan, to continue our time together.
Susan, if you could unmute yourself. Sorry, for some reason you're muted.
How about now? Okay, good. Sorry, you guys. But what I was saying first was thank you, Lodro. I feel better already. So to move into our loving kindness practice, please, excuse me, begin by just placing your hand on your own heart. Unless you're driving or holding two babies, just place your hand on your heart and feel your own tenderness, your own shakiness, your own fear or heartbreak. And know that although it doesn't feel good, this tenderness is the source of all the healing you and I might seek. It is the way to bridge the divide between us and others, and it is the source of power. And it begins, as Lodro was saying, with feeling how you do feel. And if you're anything like me, and as Lodro also mentioned about himself, you're heartbroken. Feel that and know that the sadness is inextricably bound to love. If you did not have this tenderness and this love, you would not feel how you do. So you can replace your hand if you like. And to begin our practice, you can remain in your meditation posture, or you can sit back, lie down, make yourself comfortable, please. You can leave your eyes open, or you may close them. And as we begin this practice, know that all of the solace that we're looking for arises spontaneously when we remove the barrier of us and them. Because there is only us. And whatever we can do to soften that feeling will benefit you and everyone you come in contact with. So beginning again with that feeling of tenderness in your own heart, maybe for you it feels like rage or no shock or numbness or just pure grief, whatever it feels like for you, allow that to be present and think of yourself, how hard you have tried to make a good world, how hard you may have tried in this election cycle or other cycles to create the outcome you longed for, you hoped for, whether it's by Facebook posts or phone calls or just knowing what is right. And sense what it feels like for that to have met with resistance or disappointment. And from this acknowledgement of your own good-heartedness and sorrow and commitment to never stop working for your own benefit and the benefit of others, because you wouldn't be here otherwise, wish for yourself May I be happy. Just say it silently to yourself. May I be happy. May I find happiness in the world I live in. And if happy is not the right word for you, you can substitute a different word. May I be safe. Safe from harm, safe from threat. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Wish this for yourself. May I be safe. May those I love be safe. Feel how much you long for the protection of people you care about. May I live in a peaceful world. May I live with peace. Wish that for yourself. Next, think of someone you love. Someone who, the moment you think of them, like your heart blossoms open because you just want what is good for them so much. You just love them. Could be your child, could be a lover or partner, could even be your pet, family member, a friend, someone who you believe is struggling with the same issues you're struggling with, and you love this person. So take a moment and bring an image of them to mind or the feeling of their presence. It's not easy to pick one person sometimes, but try to. And for your loved one, wish, may you be happy. May your world be happy. May you be safe, completely and totally protected. May you be safe. May those you love be safe. May you live in peace. May your world be peaceful. wish this for your loved one. Now let this loved one go and bring to mind the face of a stranger, meaning someone that you can picture, but you don't have any feelings about, positive or negative. Could be someone you see when you walk your dog in the morning, or someone you saw on television, or someone who works in your office down the hall, someone you go to school with, just someone that you don't really have feelings about, but you can know that just like you and your loved one, this person is likely affected by the circumstance we find ourselves in today. Had strong feelings one way or the other, ended up overjoyed or outraged, but in both cases, probably afraid. Fix that person in your mind as best you can. And without knowing one more thing about them, know that they are exactly like you and your loved one, and wish for them. May you be happy. May you be safe. May the forces that threaten you or that you fear will threaten you simply dissolve. May you be completely safe. May all your loved ones be safe. May you live in peace. Now think of someone who you would consider an enemy as connected to the situation that we find ourselves in today in the United States or wherever in the world you are. This is someone who you feel has done harm, will do harm. You don't like them. Maybe they hurt you personally. You don't have to change anything you feel about them. You don't have to forgive them. You don't have to like them. Loving kindness is different than being nice. So don't worry about that in case you are. But bring this person to mind. It may be uncomfortable. But look at them. And know, without doubt, that though you may be in every way different from that person, and they may be horrible, and you are not, in one way, you are no different. You're exactly the same. And that way is that you both long for happiness and safety and the protection of those you love, and to create peace. And we have chosen to do what we do because those are the things that we want. That's what we have in common. So again, without condoning or forgiving, forget about all that. Feel this commonality and wish for this person. May you be happy. May you find happiness and the ease that comes with it. May you be happy. May you be safe. Safe from harm. May your loved ones be safe as well. May what and who you hold dear be protected. May you live in peace. Now let this person go and bring to mind as best you can all the people who voted for the other person. People with whom you disagree, or the other people. Let's just say, for sake of simplicity, the other person. Notice what arises in your own heart when you think of them. Whatever it is fun. Try to imagine that they are not a giant blob of ickiness, but they are mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, just like us. And underneath, whatever it is they do on the outside, they share the wish to be happy, and in some way believe that what they've chosen will make that happen. Without agreeing with them, you can still wish for them. For all beings who voted for the other candidate, may you be happy. May you be safe from harm. May everyone and everything you love be safe. May you live in peace. May you know peace. Next, second to last, bring to mind all the people who believe the way you do, who voted for your candidate, who hold dear what you hold dear. There are countless such people. You are not alone, as Lodro said. You have a tribe, countless individuals value what you value and stand with you. And for all the people who do, and who may be feeling some heartbreak right now, wish for all beings in my tribe, may you be happy. May you be relieved of this unhappiness. May you be happy. May you feel safe in your world. May everyone you love be safe. May you live in peace. And finally, for all beings in the United States, which is the focus of this particular practice, but if you are in another country, you can use that country. All beings means all people, all animals, all fish, all insects, all sentient beings from coast to coast of this brilliant and chaotic and beautiful and crazy country. Your Maha tribe, the giant us, may all beings be happy without one exception. Imagine that love is radiating out from your chest in all directions, up, down, back, front. And on those waves can ride your wishes. May all beings be safe. May the loved ones of all beings be safe. May all beings everywhere, past, present, and future, live in peace. To close our loving kindness practice, place your hand on your heart again and acknowledge the journey of love that you went on, that you tried to go on, and the astonishing largeness of heart and tenderness and goodness that is right here. And know that as you do, more than 1,000 people have signed up for this call. So there may be 1,000 people or more also acknowledging their own tenderness and goodness. We stand together in this capacity to love and heal. So we'll close our loving kindness by returning once again to a breath awareness practice, which Lodro will lead us in.
So friends, I think the important thing as we close out our practice is really just to take a moment to notice how we feel. Any sense of tenderness or openness, maybe frustration, however you feel is fine, but just take a moment to notice. And then when you're ready, you can return to feeling the breath, the natural cycle of it, allowing it to anchor you in the present moment and in your body. And when you're ready, either opening your eyes or raising your gaze, moving into your day with more of a sense of willingness to remain open, even in the midst of difficult emotions, willingness to connect with others that we like, that we don't know, that we don't necessarily get along with. Thank you all so much for practicing with both of us.
Thank you. Please stay connected to one another. Please stay connected to me in the Open Heart Project. Stay connected to Lodro through his books and work and his studio in New York City. Most of all, stay connected to each other. We need each other, and we are indeed here for each other. So thank you.